everybody. I am here today with Beth Danfus. She has graciously agreed to share her kitchen. Once again, we cooked together once before with Matthew and had such a great time together.
Thought we'd do it again.
We thought we'd do it again. Matthew and Dale, who was the chef for the Bushes. And we are celebrating another president today. We are talking about Lyndon Baines Johnson. And Lyndon Baines Johnson graduated from Texas State and continued to have a relationship with Texas State for many, many years, was a great supporter of the university. And Texas State is 125 years old this year.
It is.
So it's a time to celebrate.
Huge celebration all year long.
All year long. And all kind of fun things that have gone on. A big event at the stadium. And that was amazing. Anyway, it's just been a real great year of celebration. So we thought it would be a good time to remember LBJ. And actually, this cookbook, this is the White House Family Cookbook. It was published by the White House Historical Association. And they actually reached out to me and asked if I would cook one of LBJ's recipes. So we have chosen one. It's called Lemon Snow Pudding. Here it is, right here on the page. It's really easy to make. There's not a whole lot to it. And LBJ apparently had an affinity for sweets.
He did like sweets.
He did.
Yes.
And this was when they were trying to get him to go lighter. Like, here's something a little lighter to help with
His favorite in town was the Mansky roll, a cinnamon roll that he would have shipped to Washington, D.C., made here, right here in our square. And so I'm sure after all that big cinnamon roll and bread, it was probably time to go to something a little bit lighter.
It probably was. Yes, Mansky rolls. We should talk about that for a minute. If you were ever a student at Texas State, it's synonymous with being a student here.
Yes.
And when I was here, and I didn't mention, this is my alma mater, of which I'm so proud. And when I was in the dorm, they would come through with those freshly baked. And
Smells so
like
good.
People would just come out of their dorm rooms like, trying to have one. So anyway, so yes, this is definitely on the lighter side. And anyway, we're going to get started.
Okay.
So the first thing that we're going to do is we have a double boiler going over here, and we're going to add gelatin. Now, some of you may not be familiar with this. This is just good old Knox unflavored gelatin. You find it at the grocery store. It comes in 4 packages, will come inside each one of these boxes. And this recipe calls for 3. So it's kind of perfect. You use most of it for the recipe. So we're going to take 3 of those packages, and we're going to add a half a cup of water to it in the top of the double boiler.
That's right.
Would you like to do that?
I would love it. I would love it.
And then I am going to get started. In the saucepan, we're going to mix some water, half a cup of water with 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to get it into, it's almost like a softball stage. 4 egg whites. Okay, people do eggs differently. A lot of chefs will say you want to break it on the surface wherever you're working. I personally like to break it on the side of something. I just have better luck, but to each his own. That's what's great about cooking.
That's right.
And you know what's fun, Beth? I've learned something different from every person I've cooked with. And it's kind of a good idea to break each egg separately just in case an egg yolk gets involved in the egg whites. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're beating the egg whites.
It's going to be loud, though.
Oh, no worries. And we do need just a little touch of that. There we go. So another one of President Johnson's favorite desserts was Texas peach ice cream.
Okay, I love that.
Yes.
Next time.
And that's fun. Okay, so the eggs are beat to just high peaks. You want to just get them to where they're totally beat about as much as they possibly can. And so we're going to turn this on low. And maybe about me now. And we're going to slowly add, this is our sugar, water. Okay. I think that looks good. Okay. Now, And that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're going to modern this up. So, in LBJ's day, especially in the 1960s, this may be something you've never seen, but this is a Jell-O mold, and Jell-O was like super popular. You would see it a lot at like church picnics, and anytime people would bring a dish, potlucks. You used to would generally have seen something shaped like this. But I know a lot of you don't have this particular item, but you might want to invest in it, who knows. So what we're going to do is we're moderating it up a little bit, and we're going to put it in this beautiful truffle dish. So all we're going to do, let's see, our spatula, oh, here it is, right here. We'll take our spatula, and we're just going to pour it in here. And see how pretty that is? And LBJ, it said, and actually it says it in this recipe book, that he says, give me some more of that air. He called this air dessert. And we're just going to put it in the refrigerator for a couple of hours. Through the magic of time, I actually made one of these yesterday. So here it is, and you can tell that it's congealed. I like that on top. So this you would just
But the lemon.
It has a little bit of lemon at the bottom. Yeah, sure does.
Really the yummy stuff.
Yeah, you would
Dig
have
your
to dig
deep.
all the way through, because we're actually going to add something on top of this. It doesn't have to be served with a custard, but we're going to make a custard that's actually in the recipe book. Or at this point, you could just drop some fruit on top, or you could serve it individually in little bowls for dessert. The world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want to do. But anyway, this is what you got. You can
Your
see
pudding.
the world is your pudding. There you go. But you can see how it's congealed. And so if it were in something like this, then you would just turn it out upside down. But I think this is really pretty. So, okay. Next on our list, we are going to make this custard sauce.
Okay.
So we're going to go back to our double boiler, and we're going to add 5 egg yolks. So this is what most recipes use, the same yolks as they use whites. In this case, we're going to have 1 extra white. So you can keep it and have it for breakfast the next day if you want to. There we go. And we're going to take 5 egg yolks for this custard, and we're going to put them on the top of the double boiler, and then we're going to mix it with a half a cup of sugar. And we're going to pour that sugar in here. Mix that together.
I never made a custard. So, I mean,
it's not that hard.
Not hard.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things that sounds like it's French or something.
Yes,
It's really hard, and it's really nice stuffing to it. That is good.
but I love lemon.
Mm-hmm. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
this would actually be good like after a big barbecue, you know, where you just stuffed with all those carbs, and or even maybe some Mexican food. It would just be something super light.